Welcome to Pandora's box. The video tutorial is a tool conceived to better understand the activities we realized, having a visual support and seeing step by step how it's possible to replicate and modify the activity. The aim of the activity is to work on the dynamic of power and to reflect within the group on the oppressor and on the oppressed. The group is divided in couples. Couples are entering the space, one by one. In the space there are two facilitators who are walking in a circular way. When the last couple enter the space, the facilitators are starting to speed up the rhythm till the point in which it seems that everybody is marching. In that moment, facilitator should push the group, saying, "Faster, faster, keep the rhythm, march!" So to create the right atmosphere to start the activity. Then facilitators are saying stop and participants should remain on their position. The person in the internal side of the circle is the general, and the person in the outside part of the circle is the soldier. In this moment they should start to act wearing the shoes of the general and of the soldier, and to practice it for a while. The soldier should obey the order of the general. Then different shifts and situations are proposed. For example, we can propose a situation about the working place where a person is going to ask for a job and there is a boss who doesn't want to give a job. Or we can replicate in a love story where there is one person in the couple who wants to break up and the other who is desperately in love. The idea is that in every situation there is a person who is representing the oppressor role and the other representing the oppressed role. The aim of the activity is to reflect about the different types of violence we can find in the everyday life, going in depth on the possible causes that there are behind. The video starts with a video projection where different women are interviewed and they are talking about their personal experiences about violence. After the video follows a brainstorming in plenary where the different types of violence are pointed out and noted on a flip chart. After that, the different types of violence are analyzed in plenary and different groups are created. Approximately 4-6 groups, and each group is entitled to analyze one specific type of violence. The idea is to analyze not only the type of violence, but to go in depth on the causes of the violence. Participants are coming back in plenary and are presenting the result of the work, and it follows an open discussion about the interconnection on the different types of violence and on the different causes. In this case, no debriefing is needed at the end. The aim of the activity is to work on the conflict analysis and on the conflict management. It's very, very important to create the safety environment where participants can feel confident to share personal experiences of conflict. The activity starts in the workshop room where we put different chairs. There is no light and a soft music. Participants are entering one by one and they are asked to sit on the more comfortable place for them. Then facilitators are passing and are asking participants to close their eyes, and they start repeating, in the beginning in a very soft way and then in a more louder way, specific keywords that could evocate conflict. After that phase, participants are asked to think about a personal conflict related to gender they lived and they experimented in everyday life. Participants are joining different groups, and in every group they have to share the different stories of conflict. In the case participants are not feeling comfortable to share their personal conflict, they can also decide just to listen at the other. Once the round is over, one story is chosen. The story should be chosen accordingly to the fact that is the more representative of the conflict. Participants are back in plenary, and the strip cartoons are presented. The idea is to represent the conflict using the living picture. So, participants should represent the conflict as statues, frozen in the space. The representation should be divided in 3 different parts. The first one is the beginning of the conflict. The second one is when the conflict is rising. The third one is the conflict explosion, and should stop like that. After the working group, when the representation is ready, the groups are joining back the plenary, and each group is joining the stage and is representing the conflict. Then should remain on the stage and the conflict is analyzed, specifically the actor and the type of conflict. Once back in group, participants are asked to reflect about possible ways to manage the conflict and to choose one. Then they have to work, this time using the theater, on the representation of the solution they choose. When this part is over, they are joining the plenary, and each group is starting the representation of the conflict solution. After each representation, the group remains on the stage, as it was done before with the strip cartoon, and the analysis is done. The analysis should be based on the why they choose this solution, receiving feedback from the audience on other possible solutions that could be found. The idea of the end of the activity is to reflect on the fact that it doesn't exist one single solution or way to manage conflict, but there could be different way of managing conflict.
After finding the solution proposed by the group in each situations of conflict, we run a session whose objective is to analyze the personal feelings and reactions of each participant facing a situation of conflict. The method used is forum theater, where participants can replace the character living a situation of oppression. We propose 2 sketches focusing on machismo. In the first part, the facilitators act the play. In the second part, the participants freely choose to wear the shoes of your past in order to change her or his condition and eventually find a solution to the conflict. We then run a discussion and analysis of each intervention with an open debate, both with the audience and with the actors involved. Finally, we present the Hodgson model, showing the different styles on how to manage a conflict. The objective of this session is to prepare participants on how to run local trainings with youth. It is divided into 2 blocks. The first one is a theoretical one, the second a practical one. The first block accounts for 4 activities. A group discussion on the causes of gender inequality using the tool of the mind map. The second one, an open debate on the differences between formal, non-formal and informal education. The third one, a game to identify the steps on how to conceive, plan and run a training. The fourth one is the gincana. The objective of this activity is to present methods and tools that could be used by the participants to run the trainings. It is divided into 4 areas. Group discussion, theater and simulation games, group dynamic, the briefing and the role of the facilitators. The practical block is divided into 3 activities. We first explain participants how to give feedback. We then divide participants into working groups. And finally, participants run the activity.